Okay, so you are coming in for the diagnosis, correct? Or were you the one who was getting admitted to the ward? Okay, that was you. Alright, can we start off with something simple? Like, where are you from? Let's start off with that one, okay? Okay, so you were born there, correct? Alright. Alright, so have you grown up in this area for the entirety of your life, or where have you moved around? Okay, okay. So is that around the south, the southern end, or the eastern? Okay, so you're on the east. Can you do me a favor? And here, I'm going to give you this piece of paper. And I need you to write, sign actually, your name and date. Because that's going to be the form that you take over after we're done with the intake. And of course, I can't sign for you. So, okay, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'll just take that. I just need to use this paper to fill out all of your details. Okay, so my apologies. Okay, so next question. So do you have any specific housing requirements, or like a specific way you lived, or with the siblings, family? Just explain your way of living amongst others. We need to make sure you're going to be placed either by yourself or in a duo. So, okay, that's good. All right. All right. So, who's your support? Your family members, friends, co-workers? Okay, so would they be considered your emergency contact? Okay. All right. I'll note that down. How do you spell that? With a A or an E? Okay. Thank you. Let's move on to the evaluation segment. So, do you have any past history in a psychiatric ward, or therapy, psychiatrist, any history at all? Yes? Okay. All right. Let me see. How many times have you been involved in this facility, or any facility similar? All right. Okay, so have you had any, let's say, psychotic episodes, manic episodes, depressive episodes in the last 2 weeks? Okay. How many? All right. So was it the depressive, manic? Yeah. Okay, I understand. All right. And you don't have to get everything down to a T. Just as much information as you can recall, so I can add this into the system and jot it down on this paper for you. We want to make sure you're in the right area when you're admitted. Okay, so next up, let's move up to substance abuse. So have you had any history of substance abuse? Okay, have you had any history with okay, so when it comes down to substance abuse, it's not just like alcohol or drugs per se. It can be prescription medicine, or anything that's like a stimulant of some sort, or things that alter your sense of self. Okay, all right. So how many times, and what was that in the recent year, you'd say, or? Okay. Let me write that down. Okay. Do you smoke or drink at all, by the way? Okay. So has this substance abuse contributed into any behavior that is, that is, let's say, I don't like to use the word good or bad, but constructive or destructive, so destructive to your way of living. Has it had any negative impact? All right. And what was this? Okay, I see. All right, I see. Give me a second. Okay. So, next we are going to evaluate some. Hold on a second. Let me make sure this is down right. Okay, that's in there. Alright, so have you had any thoughts of harming yourself or others in the past few days to 2 weeks? Alright, have you had any just in the past month? How often would you say this is? Alright, and I do need you to be very honest because it will help me help you. Can you describe at least maybe a few different scenarios of what you've thought about? It's strictly confidential. It lies with just me and you. That's what this paper is for. And yeah, it's just gonna stay right here between us. Okay. I understand. No worries. I'm not judging you. All right. I see. So next we are going into the Oh, actually, I should ask. Do you feel like there's any threats to yourself from others? Do you ever feel, any others can be a threat to how you, or there's family members, close friends? No, okay. Okay, that's good. Okay. You have a license and you drive, correct? All right. No? All right. Let's move on to the next section of this. Okay, so, have you had any obsessive or compulsive behavior or impulsive behavior in the last 2 to 3 weeks? If you can recall, or do you struggle with any of these? Alright, okay. How often would you say you struggle with these? Yeah, alright. Okay. Now what about the impulsive? When it just comes, it's not something that's premeditated that you think of. Yes, okay. How often? Alright, okay. Okay, so would you say this wastes any significant time in your life? Like, is it disturbance and a disturbance to your day or routine? Like, specifically the obsessions and even compulsive acts where you're just, you stay in a specific zone and a specific mindset and you're possibly doing something for a prolonged period of time. Okay, yes. Do you have any medication for this, by the way? All right, you say you struggle with it for how many? Okay. All right, I understand. Let's move on to the next section. Psychosis. So, do you understand or know what psychosis is? Okay, you are very educated. That's very good. So let's start off with the first question. And we're supposed to ask these as protocols, so whether or not you fit in the box, it just lets us know on you know what's going on. Even if you have one or two on the list, it doesn't mean you suffer from psychosis. It just means that there's some other underlying issue or, you know, scenario that we need to get down to the bottom of. Okay. So, do you ever feel that things aren't real? Okay. Do you ever worry that others may be against you or trying to harm you in some way? Okay. Give me a moment. I need to get the extra sheet. I'm on sheet A. I need a sheet B for this segment. Okay. So, do you ever feel that you hear things or see things that other people around you don't? Noises, footsteps, calling your name. Alright. Now, do these voices ever tell you to do anything? No, it's just like random. Okay. Are these voices inside your head, or would you say you actually hear them? Like, you know, you might look around, or you just know it's just like voices shooting from the back. Okay, a little bit. Okay, a little bit both. Okay. So, do you ever feel that your thoughts are like that? There are thoughts being put into your head from another source. Okay. Now, do you ever feel like thoughts are being taken out of your head? No? Okay. That's good. Now, do you ever feel that your thoughts are being broadcasted so other people know what you're thinking? So, let's say you're at a grocery store and you have a compulsive thought that just fires up, or you're just thinking aloud to yourself. Well, not aloud, but you're thinking to yourself. And you feel like it's aloud and other people can hear you. Like maybe someone looks at you and you thought they just heard you. Okay. Let's mark that. Do you ever feel like there are special messages just intended for you? Alright. Okay, so that's it for that section. Next section, we will go to the self-safety segment. So this is about SH, self-harm. So we're going to ask just a few questions. So have you ever thought about, you know, doing the deed? Okay. So is that during depressive episodes, manic episodes, or anxiety perhaps? Okay. Do you have any plans, or have you made any plans in the previous, let's say, 2 weeks or so? Okay. Did these consist of, let's say, were you at home, were you at a store? Does it consist of being somewhere in a building or outside? All right. Okay. I'm sorry to hear that. Have you ever, you know, physically had any issues? Okay. All right, we'll mark some of these down. Do you have any medications for any of this in the past? All right. Thank you for being honest. I appreciate it. It's very helpful. Okay, so let's move on to the next section. We're almost done. So, do you suffer from anxiety at all? Alright, so we'll go into these questions. So number 1, do you find that your worry is difficult to control? Like, you know, you're just worrying, but you can't really settle it. Alright. Do you easily blank out or have difficulty concentrating? Alright. What about being easily fatigued? Like you just feel like, you know, it's just a lot going on. You're just fatigued, tired, lethargic. Okay. Do you have any sleep changes like constant sleep changes, whether you're staying up too late or not staying up too late, or you're sleeping at obscure hours, or you're constantly waking up, just erratic sleep. Okay. Do you feel like on edge or restless the majority of your days? Alright, okay. What about music? My apologies. What about muscle tension? Do you feel any tenseness in the muscles or the jaw? Alright, yeah, my apologies. That's a common one. So, yeah, we'll mark that down. Would you describe yourself as a worrier? Or do you usually go with the flow? Is everything okay? Or do you constantly find yourself in a state of worry? Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Alright. Alright, we're almost finished. Let's see what else we have here. Okay. Okay, let's go with the depression segment. Alright, so tell me about your mood right now. How's your mood on a scale of 1 to 10? 10 being the best mood, 0 to 1 being the lowest. Somewhere in the little median, maybe a little, okay. Alright. So, when someone says they are depressed, it's important to clarify what they mean by that. So, I would like you to clarify, what do you mean by depressed when you say, I'm feeling depressed, I'm depressed, or I'm going through depression? What exactly are these traits of how you're feeling? Mm-hmm. Alright. Mm-hmm. Alright, okay. Okay, so the next one. If someone says they've always been depressed and they're trying to explain to you what they're feeling, how do you take it, from someone else saying it? Do you resonate with it? Do you not resonate with it? Does it not sound like depression to you? Like, let's say you're watching a show and a character is depressed, or can you relate to that? Do you feel that in your current life? Okay. So I like to ask that because typically, what people don't realize is a sign of depression is when we get lost into a specific show or TV series during hard times in our lives, and we resonate with the characters, and we feel that we are one of the characters going through that tough time. Not necessarily the characters that are happy. It's usually the characters that are not. And then when the show is over, we feel lost. We're just like, I have nothing to connect to. I have nothing to connect to, or it feels like I don't know really what to do. I have to get into another show immediately. These are all signs you're trying to connect. You're trying to, trying to fill the little gap in what's going on internally. Okay, all right. How's your hygiene? Okay, so my apologies. I know that's very vague. So when it comes to showering, brushing your teeth, how are you on a routine schedule with showering, brushing your teeth, and so on, and changing clothes? All right. Okay. Now what about? No worries. No need to feel embarrassed. So what about when it comes to eating? Do you eat often? I know not everyone eats full meals, but do you at least eat throughout the day, here or there, snacking, food? No? Yet? Alright, okay. So, when, it comes to eating specifically, do you find yourself eating more like substance-based foods, or foods that are like candies and chips? Because another thing that we can infer on being depressed is when we're eating a lot of sweets and stuff, they are like very minimal hits of dopamine, because it tastes good, it's really good, candy, chips, cookies, and we forget to actually eat meats, greens, carrots, vegetables, Yes, exactly. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Are you told you snore at night, like very often? Yes, it's part of, yeah, exactly, it's part of this. Okay, do you have any anhedonia? Like it's a lack of interest in particularly everything. You suffering from like you're just super uninterested in everything, can't get into anything. Okay. Now what about guilt? Do you feel guilty about anything ever at all during the day, during the night? Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. So that is actually it for right now. We're going to have to schedule you for a second intake because there are a few things that need to be updated into the system, and that takes about a day and a half. So we're going to schedule you 2 days from now. Same time, if that works for you, yeah. Okay. And we're going to continue off, and it's probably going to be like 25 to 30 minutes. Same as this one. And then we're going to be finished. And then we're going to get you admitted. All right. So thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Thank you for being honest. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your night. And make sure you're sticking to a healthy regimen as much as possible. All right. All right. I'll see you when I see you. Thank you.